Hello everyone, it's Brandi from Artisan Bee Boutique. Today I'm coming on to share with you another finished altered greeting card Valentine junk journal. This one was a lot of fun to make. Just like my last one, I used a greeting card, a Valentine themed greeting card. Actually, it wasn't even really a Valentine theme, but it was in with the Valentine cards. But it was just a pretty floral, and I decided to use that as a as a cover and inspiration for this journal. This one is, of course, a soft cover because it is made from a greeting card. This one measures almost 7 inches, about 6 3/4 inches tall by about 4.5 inches, not counting the trims on the edges. For this one, I did a tulle tie closure, so just a white tulle. And you can tie it either way. I tied it this way as to not interfere with the pretty lace trim here. But you can tie it this way if you wanted to, or not at all. So that's entirely up to you. When I say you, I mean whoever the new owner is of this pretty little journal. There's a lot of just cool little features on this. So again, before I start to open up the inside, I'm just going to show you around on the outside, like a little tour. And so on the outside, again, we have the tulle tie closure, and I added some little wood beads, painted white wood beads to the end of the tulle, just for an extra accent. And I did a little dab of glue on there so that they wouldn't move around and so that they stay put. Little blank tag for a personalization, so if it's a gift you can personalize it, or if it's your journal you can write your name on it or whatever note, or if you want to do a little stamp or something like that on there. And then I just did like a little jewelry charm here. It's kind of like a little like clear crystals, probably acrylic teardrop type thing, and then a little plastic a fun little plastic safety pin. So there's that kind of front piece, pretty and sparkly. Okay, take that over and then put that so that you can see that how that looks there without the pin in the front. Just really pretty finished look. And I did this really pretty lace heart trim on the edges there, just to give it a nice, really love and Valentine-y feel to it, and a little bit of vintage flair, I think, too. I did the back. Okay, so the back cover, the back of the card, I covered with a scrap of paper that I wanted to take the color from the front here. So you'll see this kind of mustardy gold color there, and I took that and matched a piece of scrap of paper to the back. So I wanted that to bring that color through. And then on the binding, it is a sewn binding single signature. I used a pink and white baker's twine for that, and then I wanted to cover that twine on the spine there, so I did a fabric washi tape and then a little lace trim there to kind of finish it off. So here's just the overall outside view before I start to open it up. And this just ties. You can even slide it over if you don't want to untie it. You just leave it, just kind of leave it like that and slide it back when you're. And the tulle has a little bit of a stretch to it, so if you make this if this journal becomes fatter and thicker, it'll fit. You'll still be able to use that over top of there. So here's the way it looks without the tie around it. I love these colors. I don't know, there's just something about this combination of that dark blue, and I'm not sure if it's showing up in the video. I think you can see that it's dark blue and not black. So that's a dark navy blue and kind of a goldish mustard color there, and a pink and purple, and then the green stems and everything. Just a nice combination of colors. And it's funny because I thought that this wouldn't be a nice accent to it, but I rather like it myself. I like the way this looks, even though it's a different color and a different floral pattern. It still carries that floral theme through, and I like a little bit of whimsy on my journal, so it doesn't have to, not everything has to be matchy-matchy to me. And so I just titled this In My Heart, and I did a little bit of a ribbon trim behind the chipboard, and these are the Tim Holtz, like the chipboard words or phrases, and I didn't like the thickness of it, so I kind of just, for this cover, so I kind of just took off the top part, and then so that took down that thickness a little bit, so it's not sticking up so far off of the front of the journal. that's just my, you know, my preference. I just thought it looked better that way. And then again, there's a little piece of lace, or not lace, ribbon behind it with little hearts sticking up. So I just thought that was a cute little accent. And I did a thin layer of watered down Elmer's glue on the front cover just to kind of take the matte, give it more of a matte look, and you'll see some little spots. So it kind of looks distressed. You'll see them, the little spots here and there. So you got a little matte with a little bit of shine, but it takes that shininess out of the front of the card because I didn't want that. I wanted it to be like a nice matte cover. Okay, and then the back without the tie around it, and just basic scrapbook paper. Same trim here. I did not do this trim on the back because I didn't think it needed it. That was just my preference. I just thought it looked better without it. Not too much going on in the back, so when you lay your journal down, it's not sticking out or getting in the way. And then I'm going to show you it completely opened and flat before we go into the inside. So you can just see that it opens and lays flat. And that's what it looks like on the outside, completely open. All right, so let's get started on the inside here. I didn't count the pages yet, actually. It's funny, I mean, a lot of people count their pages before they put them in, and I don't know. I just start putting my journal together, and whatever it ends up being, it ends up being. It's always fairly close to the same amount, but I just kind of eyeball it, I guess. I don't really have a, you know, rhyme or reason to mine. I don't know why, but that's how I do it. So, okay, so let's get her open and see what's inside here. So I did a just basic scrapbook paper cover on the insides of the card, front and back, just to cover that whiteness and get, you know, put some color in there. And then just did a little pocket in the front. I did not put any labels or anything on that. I wanted this journal to be more for the receiver, the recipient, to be able to really go crazy with it and make it their own, or as little as possible. You don't have to go crazy, but make it their own as far as personalizing it, especially if it's a gift for someone else. So you can see I did another trim inside here to just kind of finish off that lace there. And then I did something that came out kind of neat, and I didn't really mean it to look this way, but it was like a, I guess, happy accident type thing. First, here are the inserts that I put inside that pocket. This was just a book page from a craft book that I made into a tag. And then just a little something extra for journaling. And then this is the paper that matches the back cover, and it opens so you have extra journaling space. And then, so what I did was I kind of decoupaged a white paper doily onto the front and back covers. So when I started putting my signature together, I did this pink doily here, and it kind of made a neat mirror effect, almost like this is a reflection almost. And that wasn't really my intention in the beginning, but that's how it came out, and I thought it looked neat. But I still decided to put the pocket on there anyway, just so you have a little extra fun storage spaces for your tags and your notes and things like that, doodads. So that was, yeah, that's how that happened. So we've got a little paper doily there, and I'm just going to go through the pages real fast. I did a tracing paper, as I generally do in most of my journals. A tracing paper kind of starter there, I like that. And you'll see some of the Tim Holtz phrases and phrase stickers throughout. And scrapbook paper, there's a fun mix of just different types of papers, different sizes and things like that throughout. I like having little kind of just variances in the length of the page and stuff like that, so you can see the other pages peeking through on the edges there. And you'll see lots of blank space for you to work with in this journal, so you can, you know, I purposely left a lot of blank so that the recipient can write and put photos and make it their own and have fun with it. This was from a vintage calligraphy guide or book of how to do calligraphy. And that was also another page of this in my last journal as well, if you saw that video. And it says copyright 1963 there. So I'm not sure, these were just some individual pages that I had, so I'm not sure if it came out of a book that was actually from 1963 or that's when it just, you know, when the book was first written. But I just thought it was a romantic and kind of pretty touch there. And you'll see some writing papers, some assorted writing papers throughout. There's a couple sheets there and notes, a little Ray Dunn note sheet. And this is just a little cutout from a rifle calendar, and it's got little Valentine's Day folded over the edge there. I just kind of did that as a little, you know, added embellishment. Some coffee stain paper. And then again, as in the last journal, if you saw that video, this is pink construction paper, just like the kind that you get for kids to play with and to color on and to make, you know, crafts out of. So there's several of these pages throughout, and I did photo mats on these, so you can add your photos to them, like cropped photos or whatever you like there. And so you'll see that throughout. You'll see a couple of these that look like just like that throughout. Vintage book page about making chocolates, as you saw another one in my last journal. I used another page from that in this journal. And just some vintage, like the pictures that are pretty cool, like vintage chocolates there. Coffee stained writing paper. This is a vintage hymnal page. This is from the 1930s, I believe, that book was. And then I did some, a few of the, you'll see some pastel colored clips here. And I did some little fabric pulls on those. And this is an open, you know, one of those tags that I make that's just you can open it up and has more writing space inside. And just there's some little offcuts and different things throughout too, clipped in. There's not a ton of embellishments in this one because I wanted to leave this more to the imagination of the recipient. And so lots of fun to be had with this one. 1950s children's book page. This one was about the Queen of Hearts, and I just thought that was a cute addition to a book about, you know, on Valentine's book. And some more writing paper, some more photo spaces, coffee stand, and like I said, you'll see some offcuts throughout, just extra pieces that you can use throughout the journal. This was from a rifle paper calendar, used calendar that I just kind of utilized parts of it for the journals. This is the center, and I just love how this looks. I love my centers to be kind of just a fun, you know, surprise when you get to the middle. And it's not really a surprise since you're seeing it, but just when you open it up, or when the recipient, if you're getting this as a gift for somebody, you just see this beautiful heart in the center there. And then again, with my twine that I used to do the binding, I just kind of made a fun bookmark for the center, to mark the center of the book. And with this one, I just kind of tied off some little pieces of scrap fabric that matched the paperclip pulls, and then also some additional pink and white wood beads in there. So that works perfectly coming out of the top or the bottom, even length on both sides. And then this piece, this is all lined scrapbook paper, so you can use that for writing in the center there. So I just love how that looks. That's my favorite right there. Okay. And now the second half of the book obviously is the other sides of the pages that you've already seen. Another tag there for you to write in, extra space. Another pull. I love this paper. And coming to the end of the journal here, there's the other half of your pink heart, and then a matching pocket to the front, same in the back, and some more pullouts there, and then the same, there's the same kind of shadow heart like what I showed you in the front there, and I've trimmed this the same way as the front cover, so everything matches, like mirrors each other. And there's your pullouts for the back. Again, this is from a craft book page that I had. I made a tag from that. And then this is just a fun little heart playing card. So as you can see, there's lots of fun stuff in this one. Not over embellished, left plenty of space for the imagination for whoever receives this one. And it will be listed for sale in my Mercari shop very soon, by the end of the day today. I've already taken the pictures. I just need to edit pictures and do the listing, do the upload and listing. That's the end of this one. I love being able to come on here and share my journals with you, and I love all your comments and your input, and just being able to inspire you inspires me, and I love being inspired by all of your work as well. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun to make, and I'll be continuing probably with some more Valentine themed journals and stuff, goodies coming up here soon. I love to take advantage when there's a holiday coming up. I get so much inspiration from the holiday, from the holidays, and being able to create with whatever's coming up. And so again, thank you for coming on today and spending this time with me and watching this video and all my videos that you've taken the time to watch. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this video or this journal, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing if you already have, and if you have not, please consider subscribing so that you can see my upcoming videos as well, and ring the bell and it'll notify you when I have a new one up. And that's it for today. So this is all for today, and I will hope to see you again in my next video. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks. Bye now.